afternoon, everyone. It's Sponsor here at Ngosi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. I'm on my own today, and also sorry, guys, I've had to change the topic because Carol Ann, she's sick, so it was the last minute. So I decided maybe we should talk about reflection on Friday. So today we'll be talking about a heartbreak. So I'm going to cover understanding heartbreak and its effect when it comes to love. And we're going to talk about overcoming fear of trust issues in relationship. When people go through a heartbreak, they end up fearing if they're gonna find love again. And then we're gonna talk about self-love and healing, which we were talking about it yesterday. And we're gonna talk about rebuilding support system. And we're gonna talk about getting back into dating. If we don't cover all these things, I can do chapter 2, or we can talk about it some other time, and also building strong foundation and identifying red flags and dealing with heartbreak and also communicating effectively. So those are the things that I am going to cover today, and also repairing long-term commitment. So are you somebody who has suffered a heartbreak? And the heartbreak can play it can cause a big impact on someone's love life. It can lead to feeling insecurity. If somebody can feel insecure, that person can leave somebody with trust issues. It can leave somebody with fearing if they are good enough. It can leave someone feeling rejected. It can leave someone feeling that their life has been stripped away from them. It can live with someone feeling all different emotions that you can ever know when it comes to dating, and when it comes to relationship, when it comes to self-love. It can leave somebody feeling that the memories that they have built with that person have been taken away from them. It can leave confusion. If you know what I mean, if you have gone through heartbreak, you know that heartbreak leaves you confused. So if you are that somebody who has gone through heartbreak, and you feel that you are ready to actually date again, or you are ready to go through healing, this video is for you. Because the healing, when you go through heartbreak, healing is very important. And also getting into dating as well is very important to heal, to make sure that you heal after the heartbreak. And some people do actually go into another relationship without healing. But I would suggest that make sure that before you go to another relationship, you go through self-healing. Is very important, because that it can lead to disappointments again, because if you're not healed, you are taking your wounds to somebody else and wounding them as well. So, and also you have to understand that healing is a process. It's not the same for everybody else. So your pace might be different to somebody else that you know. So moving on from the heartbreak to finding that love again is a process that is unique. It's a process for individual people, and you don't have to judge yourself like, why am I feeling this way? So it is important to understand that everyone is unique, and we are all different. When we go through this heartbreak emotionally, we're gonna need healing. and our inner world gonna need healing, our outer world gonna need healing. So it is important to actually realize that you have to take your own pace instead of judging yourself or judging, thinking that you are a failure, you made mistakes, and all those things, they start playing into our head. But no one knows the future. When we enter a relationship, we have these pictures, the movie, we have this movie that we plan, we make plans, but no one knows the future. So only God knows the future. So if you want to find that love again and heal, it is important to take the necessary steps that are necessary for you to go through healing, and also letting it go of lingering feelings and moving forward with a positive mindset. Our mindset has to be in the right place, and we have to be in a place of knowing how to overcome fear and trust issues, because when you go through that heartbreak, there will be issues of fearing if you are good enough. There will be issues of trust. How can I trust again? Some people will tell you that, how can I trust again if I've been betrayed? So how can I trust a man? Or a man will say, how can I ever trust a woman if I have been betrayed? But what we don't realize is life is a journey. We have to actually go through. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. There are no guarantees when it comes to relationship. There are no guarantees in life. So we have to make sure that I'm just looking at the actually light. I need to move my camera this way from that way. Bear with me, guys. That way. Yeah, that way. Let's see if it makes any different. Doesn't make any difference. So we have to understand that we are all different, and the feelings and everything. So it's very, very important to understand the power of trust. Just because somebody has said the relationship has to end, it does not mean that you have to question yourself. It means that that person, they have things that they need to deal with. It means that you have things that you need to deal with in order to overcome those fears in a healthy way. So it is important to self-care and self-love. Taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally is very, very crucial when it comes to relationship. And why is it crucial? If you don't look after yourself physically, because the relationship didn't work out, you end up becoming ill. And emotionally, if you don't look after yourself, you end up becoming ill. And mentally, you need to stay focused. So you can't do the work. If you are somebody who has a job at work, they want you to complete the task. But if emotionally your confidence, if it's been destroyed, so then that is not good. And also when you split up with somebody in that heartbreak, you have to have boundaries. There are some people, 1 minute they're out, 1 minute they're back on. It becomes a game. Like they're confused. They take you to confused.com. 1 minute they want you, 1 minute they don't want you, and then the next they are confused. They're not sure whether they want, this is what they want. 1 minute they break up with you, 2 seconds they break up with you, they are back on, or there's loads of them. So those are the things that when you enter that kind of a relationship, you got to have boundaries. Like, I don't want to go to the confused.com. If you want to go to the confused.com, Go get confused and then you come back to me when you're not confused, because otherwise it becomes a pattern. When it becomes a pattern, it destroys you. Unless if you can get professional counseling, and unless if you actually somebody who is into a relationship, and also it can cause it, that's part of that causing limiting beliefs. And those limiting beliefs, they will start holding you back to actually love again that person fully, because you won't be sure whether tomorrow they're going to tell you if they want to go, or you won't be sure if they want in or they want out. So, and you have to have boundaries, and also your mindset, embrace your mindset, your positive outlook in that relationship. When your relationship ends, that heartbreak, it means embrace yourself, loving yourself again, and also embrace building trust. You have to trust the process. Why this relationship is ended, that's not the answer you should be asking. You should trust the process, that it ended because good reasons. What did I learn in this relationship? Be open to all these questions into you. If you focus on why you would destroy, don't focus on why. Just focus on how I can move forward and let go of something that doesn't save me. And I think that, to me, that is very, very important. When you focus on something that saves you instead of focusing on something that no longer saves you. There's lots of people that enter relationship and it doesn't go how according to plan, how we imagine it, the relationship is going to be like. Sometimes when you have children, it can be really tough. Splitting up with somebody, it can be really tough facing that heartbreak. So you have to hold on to self-love and healing. You have to hold on to hope. You have to hold on to trust. It's important to approach the situation and with a sense of openness and vulnerability. And it's also having caution about everything. Like, you know what? I'm gonna take my time. Take your time. Heal yourself. Self-healing is the components of moving forward from that heartbreak. Because if you don't move forward from that heartbreak, staying in the why, that destroys. You can think about self-compassion, self-forgiveness, and forgiving the other person that has hurt you. It's also important to actually let go. It's very crucial to actually let go of self-blame and negative self-talk. If you want to build a healthy relationship with yourself, and if you want to love again, because if you've split up with somebody, no one knows the future. We can't say, I don't want to love again. I don't want to enter any relationship anymore. So no one knows the future. We have to prepare that future for ourselves. We have to be happy. We cannot deny ourselves of joy. We cannot deny ourselves the love that we have for us to share it with other people. So you can work on building that relationship, building your self-esteem and building your confidence. That is including using, your beliefs. I use prayers myself. Some people use affirmation and self-routines. They have these routines that they put in place. So for me, I use prayers when things are not going well in my life. The only person that I go to first is God, to tell him that my way is not working how I want it to be. So can he actually intervene? So you have to use your beliefs, practice the mindfulness, and so you can stay in the present moment. Avoid building walls in front of you. There are some people, when they go through heartbreak, if you talk to them about a relationship, they are like, are you kidding me? Me going into a relationship again? I don't want to get hurt. Guess what? Even if you don't get into a relationship, go to work. You get hurt at work. Somebody will hurt you. Wherever you go, you get hurt. So you might as well live your life to the full in the present moment, rather dwelling on the past, worrying about the future, worrying about things that if you're not enough or not enough. So it is very, very important to actually explore so many things and also understand the power of gratitude. Gratitude is very, very powerful. And also cultivate a sense of appreciation and be in the present moment and live life to the full. When you live in that joyful moment, fulfilling life, even during difficult times. When I'm going through something in life, I hold on to joy. I hold on to fulfillment, because just because I'm going through challenging times, it does not mean that I don't have joy in my life. Challenging times, they come to help us find our strength. So what you can do is you can build a support system where you can, after you build a support system, you can ask family members to help you. If there are family members that are good to help you with that healing process, I won't ask my family anyway. When I'm going through something really something, if I really want to be healed, I stay well clear when it comes to family. Because sometimes family, you have to know that family, there are these people that they've known you for all your life. And all they do is to protect you. They don't want to see you getting hurt. So all they're going to be doing is, you didn't deserve this. Wait until I see him, or wait until I see her. You didn't deserve this. But what they don't understand is love is love. When love ends, it takes two to tango. When two people dance, it's not just one person. A tango is two people. You need two people to be able to finish the dance. The lead that leads the way. And when somebody leads the way, the other person receives it gracefully, and then the dance is complete. The other person completes the dance. When the song plays, the leader leads the person where they need to be, and that person receives it with grace, and they complete the dance. They complete the chapter. But when the chapter of the dance is not completed, it does not mean it is one person that is in the wrong. It means both parties have played a part. So that's why when I'm going through something, I stay away from family, because I want to heal. If you want to heal, get a stranger, or get a family members who knows what it feels to find healing and to find love again. You get a family member who knows what it means to go through challenges and climb the mountain on the other side and find that joy. If you have that family member, go for it. There's one of them. Just go for it. Build that support. Have a good family member that is a champion, and find a professional coach that can coach you, and a friend that can support you. Some people, they just want to talk, or they just want looking for people that can just listen to them without giving them advice. So that is very, very, very important. And also communicate, because when the relationship ends, everything becomes harder. The communications, it becomes harder. You start protecting yourself, and so you have to communicate so you can get professional therapy, and also not to actually just go through over and over issues, lingering to the issues that have passed. Just look to the present moment and to the future and find that love again. So once you go through the healing and you find that love again, and you might be ready to get back into dating again. And so if you are ready to get back into dating game, what do you need to do? So that's where it's very, very important to actually take your time after the heartbreak, and the throughout dating can be daunting as well, and you may be hesitant, and you may put yourself out there and take yourself out there. So there will be confusion. That's normal. And fearing rejection is normal. Putting myself out there for dating. I have a matchmaking introduction agency. People, they come and join, and then they change their mind and say, I don't feel that I'm ready. Can I continue later? So if you find yourself being somebody that is putting themselves out there and taking themselves back in, taking themselves off dating, don't be afraid. What you need to do is work on your confidence and work on your fears, and try to find places where you can meet new people. Not just for dating, just meeting new people in different places, and also take time to heal as well. Sometimes when it will be our body or our emotions telling us we've not healed properly. So if you find yourself taking you on and back off again, maybe you need baby steps. You don't have to jump into a full-blown date. You don't have to do that. Start by going out with friends, cinema, go out for meals, go out to all these different places that gives you pleasure and gives you joy. Do activities that you love, and also attend social events. Or I'm not sure if online dating is a good idea. If you have been hurt, I'm not sure. Be open-minded when you go out. If we were to go back to 10 years ago or 20 years ago, we wouldn't have to go online dating, because nowadays what happens is when a man looks at a woman and they really like the woman, and they're like, I wish she can stop and talk to me. A woman will look at a man and say, what is it to you? You're freaking me out. So men get scared actually approaching women. So what we need to do is we need to be open-minded, not to limit ourselves, the type of people that we think we should be meeting, be open to meeting new people and discovering new qualities that you find attractive, and communicate honestly within and your outer world, and be honest with yourself. Your potential partner might be at the bus stop. Your potential partner might be at the supermarket where you shop. Your potential partner might be at the clothing shops where you buy your perfumes, where you buy all the accessories. Your partner might be there. So might be on the train. You might meet your spouse on the train. You might meet them anyway. So you just have to be open. And once you become that, an open person, and avoid earphones. Nowadays, everyone puts earphones on when they go out. If you have earphones on, what if Mr. Right is there? Miss Right, she's there, but because of the distraction of the earphones, you can't see them. So it is very, very important to actually take a book. Take your favorite book. Because unless if you are somebody who is really in the present moment, we can take earphones and just be in the present moment, both listening to music and in the present moment. So if you take your favorite books, or sometimes if you are like listening to the music, sometimes men can see you, or sometimes when a man fancies you or a woman, they might start by asking, what are you listening to? Have a conversation. Allow yourself to have a conversation anywhere, any place, anytime. At any place, at any time. Allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to be kind. Love is found through kindness. Love is found through present moment. Love, it can be found anywhere. Walking on the street, when you have earphones on, a man or a woman could come to you and say, wow, what are you listening to? Do you love music? So then once the conversation starts, I'm not saying you just have to be freaky to everybody else that you meet. All I'm saying is love can be found anywhere. So when you do find that person or communicating with people, if we learn to communicate, we wouldn't be spending lots of money. Nowadays, people spend £20,000, £30,000, £50,000 to find that special person. I'm not joking. So people spend lots of money. The cheapest membership for matchmaking is £10,000 for professionals. It's not cheap, just because people are busy. And when they are not busy, they don't have the time. People, they work hard. When you have a business or when you work for a company that is demanding, when you're off, you don't want to do anything. You just want to relax. You hire somebody else to actually do the work for you. So if you are somebody that actually love to communicate and don't mind chatting to people, you wouldn't have to spend that kind of money to actually find love again. So it's very, very important. I can spend that money, but for the person that I am, I don't think I can. I just need to learn to communicate with people, because if I communicate with people, to me is normal. And to actually communicate with somebody, to live a normal life, I talk to people anywhere I go. Sometimes that's what matchmakers do. We talk to people. When we see somebody, we talk to them, because we never know, they might need our help. So all those things, those are the things that you need to be aware when you are in the present moment, to know that you can find love anywhere. Or sometimes some people, when they go through heartbreak, they don't want to date again. If you find yourself being that kind of a person that you feel like, I don't want to date anyone again, or I don't want to go through this process of dating and then a heartbreak. When the relationship doesn't work, it doesn't mean the other relationship is going to end the same way. It does not mean that. So all you got to do is prioritize your self-care and practice do some therapy. If you are Christian, you know your thing as a Christian, meditate in the Word of God and pray the Word of God if you're going through heartbreak. And also remember, breakup can be actually, it's a process. And also be patient with yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Some people, they really, they don't know how to be patient. Patient, the word patient is not in their dictionary. I have a client that she said to me, Nomsa, I don't know how to be patient. So if you are telling me to be patient, I don't know how. I don't do patience. Patient. So those are the things that if you are that kind of a person who doesn't know how to be patient, good things come to those who wait. So you have to be patient with yourself. Don't be discouraged. And if you're ready to date, if you don't find the match right away, keep an open mind and be positive, have the right attitude. Because when you have a right attitude, opportunities will come in so many ways, in different ways. So we want those opportunities to come to our way so we can find love again, so we can love ourselves again, so we can find that queen, we can find that king, and it all comes with an attitude. So when you have the right attitude, and also create your own image as well. If you are ready to go on dating, you can create your own image and be true to yourself. True authenticity is very, very important when it comes to from heartbreak to love again. Be authentic. Don't try to fit in with anybody. Don't try to meet a man and they tell you this is who they are and your story, you work your story around them. Don't. Tell the story as you want to tell. If you have gone through heartbreak, if that person loves you, they accept you for who you really are, let it be. You don't need to make up stories. You don't need to play hard for that person to love you, to accept you in their lives. So create your own image, have the right attitude, and know that you're beautiful. If you are a man, know that you were created to be on this earth, to find that queen and love again. If you are a woman, know that you're king. You were created to find your king and find that love again. So if anyone tells you otherwise, just ask yourself, who are they to define you? Who are they? For me, I always say to people, if you didn't make me, you cannot define me. Not even my mother can define me. Not even my father can define me. I cannot define my father. I cannot say to my father, this is what you can, this is what you cannot do. Because that person, they are authentic, they are unique. And keep your uniqueness and wear your authentic code, the real one, unapologetic, and find that love again. There are stories that we tell ourselves. We have to divorce those negative stories. The stories that we tell ourselves, my relationship end up with the same story. I even wrote a song, please let me try. I was so hurt. I'll take away the pain. Even now, I find it, I wrote a song, I find it so hard to live without you. And my chorus was, please let me try. I'll take away your pain. Please let me try. I'll take away your pain. And that was the song that I was singing instead of letting go. But instead, I decided to write a song because I was hurting. And what I didn't know is I was going back. I was taking myself backwards. What I needed to do is to write a song, just let it go, to accept what has happened and live my life to the fullest, enjoy my life. I didn't, because I thought life wasn't fair. I was like, why would God give me all this beautiful life and take it away? But I realized that God did not take it away. I didn't know how to look after a man. I knew how to find it. I learned how to. I've worked so hard to find a man, but I didn't know how to keep a man. So when I was writing my own story, so there was an error. I should have written my own story, how to find love and how to keep it, how to keep a man. So all I needed to do was to learn how to keep a man. But all I did was to focus on how to get that man, but I didn't focus on how to keep him. I didn't have the skill. That's all I'm saying. I had the attitude, I had the image. I didn't put on any image. I was nomsa, but I didn't have the skills, relationship skills. And I didn't know how to love me, because in order for me to love me fully, my life is fulfilled. Whatever happens is God, it's up to God. So I wanted my ex to fulfill my desires, to fulfill me, because I thought love is all about somebody else fulfilling me. And I ended up with a broken heart. But the healing after a broken heart, it can be very, very challenging. You have to stay in the present moment. You have to know where you need to go, the direction of your life. You have to love yourself unapologetic, regardless of how many times you've been told you are not enough. You have to tell yourself, you are not my God. The voices that have told me that I'm not enough, you are not my God. So therefore, you cannot tell me that I'm not enough. If I'm not enough for you, but I am enough for me, I am unique. So those are the things that you need to tell yourself. I am unique. I am enough for me. And once you know that you are enough for you, the healing is easy. But for me, it was tough. I didn't know that I was enough. And somebody else that might be watching, they might not know that they are enough. They might not have the courage to become the person who they should become. They might not have the courage to love again because of they've been hurt. They are not enough. They are not good women out there. That's the song that everybody's sing. They are not good men out there. If you are a good man looking for a good woman, the good woman is looking for you. It's how do you find that good woman? You have to search for her. How do you find a good man? You have to search for her because he is searching for you. So that's how you're able to find each other again. So those are the things that are very simple that you need to understand when you go through the heartbreak and wanting to find love again, that you are unique, you are enough. When the relationship ends, it does not mean that you are not enough. I am enough for me. I can never be enough for anybody. I can never ever fulfill anybody's desires, but I can fulfill my life. I can fulfill God's life by loving me more and sharing that love that I have discovered with my lover, with my spouse, with my king, with my queen. Only if my queen allows to enter my world, only if my king allows himself to enter my world and get to know me unapologetic. So those are the things that's what love is about. That's how the healing process after a heartbreak. is a game. Life is a game. So you have to learn to put the puzzles. Don't ask yourself, why do I need to go through this? Who do you suggest? That's Les Brown. He says, who do you suggest to go through the pain if you don't want to go through the pain? Who do you suggest? So for me, I'll say if you go through the heartbreak, know that life is a game. A game that you can only play, nobody else can play it, in order for you to find that breakthrough, in order for you to create the framework of success when it comes to relationship, when it comes to finances, when it comes to all areas of your life. You need to be somebody who knows how to deal with that heartbreak. Do we have to have all the answers? No, we don't. So if you are somebody who is watching gossip talk shows, you don't have to have all the answers. Life is a learning process. We learn things, we learn the skills. Do we have to make ourselves wrong? No, we don't. When things are presented to our lives, we have to deal with it. We have to learn how to deal with the situation, not to blame ourselves, not to blame the situation. We have to learn to accept the situation. When somebody says, you know what, I don't think this is for me, this relationship is what I want. The relationship requires to work. If they are not able to work in that relationship, it means that the relationship they got next is going to be the same story. It's going to end up with the same story. So you have to be somebody that if a relationship ends, be willing to work on yourself. Once you're willing to work on yourself, wear your authentic coat. I always tell my clients that no matter what you go through, wear your authentic coat, regardless of how many people are judging you, regardless of what you go through, wear your authentic coat. Hold the pen, write your own story. Write your own story. Be the creator of your destiny. When you learn to be the creator of your destiny, you will speak your language, you walk, you will dress, you will communicate only your own communication. And you will love in your own way. And love again. You'll break away from every chain that is holding you and find that love again. And without telling a story that, Nomsa, my love story, it ends in the same way. How does it end? Why does it end that way? It's because that story is already been written. The decision is already been made that, you know what, even though I enter this relationship, you know what, it's just going to end up the same way. But if you enter a relationship with the right attitude, wearing your true authentic coat, image, self-image, your own image, not anybody else, walking your own walk, talking your own talk, enjoy every moment. So it is very, very, very important to actually learn how to love again and live the life that you want to live, and go through the self-healing and know how to communicate and deal with unresolved issues. Sometimes we actually we ignore things that we have to deal with. And when you meet somebody, if you do meet somebody, don't ignore the red flags from the beginning. Trust your instincts. If you don't, it can lead to more heartbreak. And build a strong foundation. build a strong foundation in that relationship, and know that you can balance work and life. You can deal with jealousy, because when a relationship ends, you might end up having jealous bad habit. Make sure you deal with those jealousy bad habit, deal with the insecurity, and know how to actually deal with conflicts as well. And if you meet somebody, grow together with that person, build a good foundation. A good foundation when it comes to relationship. If you meet somebody, if you build a good foundation in water, what is important in that foundation is the water and the communication. Communication is part of the manure of that foundation tree. When the foundation is broken, the relationship will not work. So that's why sometimes when Christians pray, they say, God, uproot anything you did not plant in my foundation. Foundation is the critical component of how your relationship is able to move to the next level. If that foundation is broken from the beginning, there is no way that you can have a loving and fulfilling relationship. There's no way. The foundation, unless if you are somebody who is good at building, rebuilding it. So if the beginning is not good, what I'm saying in the beginning is not good if you're not compatible. There are some people, they know they shouldn't do it, but they say, I'm going to do it anyway. They don't listen to their instincts. They meet the wrong person, but they will still think they're going to marry that person. They will still think they're going to have children with that person. How can you have children with the wrong person? That is a torture. How can you love again, meeting the wrong person and knowing that you and this person, you want different things? They are men who are not for marriage. They're like, they want to have fun. So if you are a woman who is ready to settle down and you're dating somebody who wants to have fun and hoping that along the way you're going to change their mind. If you are a man who is ready to commit, but you meet a woman that is not ready to settle down, so do you think the foundation is going to be good? And the woman tells you that I'm confused, I'm not sure what I want. But you as a man, you say, you know what, I know what I want. I want to find love, find that special person and spend the rest of my life with them. And then this woman tells you that I'm confused, I don't know what I want. But as a man, you say, you know what, I'm going to date you anyway. And I'm going to introduce you to my mama. And I'm going to introduce you to my friends and my family. Can you just imagine the whole foundation is mad? So the best way is to find somebody that is ready to settle down. If you are ready to settle down, find somebody who wants to have children. If you want to have children, we're doing matchmaking. So find somebody who wants to get married. If you want to get married, I'm not saying it. Some people, when you meet them, they're like, I'm not sure, but I like the idea of getting married. So they don't have to say 100%. But if they are working towards the marriage, they are good for you. But if somebody says you want to get married one day and they tell you, I don't want to get married, I don't want to get married, I've done it all and I don't want to do it again. And you think that you're going to date this person and you're going to change their mind, that's not going to work. So that is very, very important. As a love harmonist and a matchmakers, those are the things that we look for. The compatibility. This one wants to have children. This one does not want to have children. This one loves pet. This one does not love pet animals. This one loves traveling. This one does not like traveling. Means they can't go together. This one loves this. This one loves this. This one wants to get married. This one don't want to get married. That means it's not a match. But if both saying in the future, I'm open to it, they are a match. If both share values, beliefs, they are a match. If both have different interest and similar interest, they are a match. So that's what a matchmaker looks for. A matchmaker looks for everything has to be tailored to a personal, it's a personal matchmaking. It means they are matching. So that's what you need to do when you are matching yourself. Okay, my name is Nomsa Clara Mbe. I write it down. Where do I live? I live in United Kingdom. What kind of a man am I willing to date? Nationality. That's what matchmakers do. So now I'm teaching you my secret, guys. So this is what I do. Nationality. Do I want to date a black man? I'm open to black men. Yes, I tick. Do I want to date a white man? Yes, I'm open to them. Or if I don't tick. If I am, I tick. White girls or white men or black men. Black men, let's say a black man does not want to date black girls. They just want to date white girls. They tick. White, I'm only willing to date Caucasian girls, white Caucasian girls. Or a white man, they like to date only black girls. You have to be honest. You don't date somebody just because they are wearing boobies, they've got they're a woman. Or as a man, you don't date somebody just because. If you want to understand the culture, you can date that person. But if you don't understand, like you've never dated that person, be open. Say, I've never dated a black girl, but I'm open to it. I don't mind. So those are the things that you have to look for. And then when you meet this person on a date, communicate with them, ask questions. What do they want in the future? Where do they see themselves? A man has to have a vision. If I meet a man today, I'm not single, by the way. If I meet a man, if I'm looking for a man and I want to qualify them, so I will introduce myself. This is what I'll introduce myself. My name is Nomsa. How are you doing? And then they tell me who they are. So now I don't want to know about myself. I'm interested in, so that's not important for me to talk about myself. I only talk about myself to let the other person know my story, to tell them my story, not for me to blab about myself. So that's not necessary. So when you meet somebody for a first date, all you are interested, you should be interested in it, get to know that person, get to know the other person. Get to know them. What makes them love the things that they love to do? What makes them, if they love football, if it's somebody like me who loves football, I love football. Why do you love football? I used to play football. That's why I love it. Because I love to see myself on the pitch. I loved it. I've lived it. So those are the things I ask questions. Where do you come from, Noms? Where do you come from? Wow, okay, how long have you been in the country? Not me blabbing about myself. I need to give the other person the opportunity to get to know me. Let the other person get to know you as well. Ask questions. The questions, it has to be exchanged, but not as an interview. The questions, it has to be exchanged as playfully as possible. When you are exchanging the questions, there's got to be playfulness. That person got to look at you and say, if I was this person and they were speaking and we are dancing in the rain together, we'll be having fun. Not just a conversation that flows without any feelings. It has to be sexy. It has to be There's got to be a connection. But if you're not connecting with that person, don't blame yourself as well. We don't go around and wanting to be everybody. We have our own specific people that we are attracted to. Some people they have people that they are attracted to, but there are some people that when they meet somebody, they're very judgmental. They judge the person from the beginning. You know what? He's not my type because you know what? I like guys like who looks like Tom Cruise. I like girls who looks like Angelina Jolie. You know what? She's not my type. I like skinny girls. She's got a little bit of weight on her, or she's a bit, or maybe I like big girls, but this one she's size 12. When I touch here, there'll be nothing for me to lean on. I need something as a man, I need something to lean on. Just shut up and get to know the person. Sorry, my language. Get to know the person, because that person might be your queen. Doesn't matter what size they are, they might be your queen. What we think is for us, maybe it's not for us. For me to be where I am today, I had to surrender. I had to surrender to God and say, God, you know your plan for me. I don't know what I'm supposed to be. I know the life that I want, but you know my life better than I do. And also I had to say to him, you know my story, what I've been through. So help me based on my story, what I've been through. Help me to write a pen. And my story was written in a way that it became beautiful. There were challenges along the way, but the beautiful thing was I was writing that story, nobody else. So when you are mending your broken heart, you have to be willing to write your own story. Don't let anybody define you. Don't let a woman or a man tell you that you're not good enough. Because guess what? If I'm not good enough for you, I am good enough for me. So that's all I can tell you. That's what life is about. Life is it's a journey. It's a journey that nobody knows. There are no guarantees. Kamau at Ngozi Talk Shows, he says there are no guarantees for tomorrow. So that's my beliefs, that there are no guarantees for tomorrow. When we went through the pandemic, we go up in the morning, I thought I was going to work, only to realize there was a lockdown around the world. So I had to be locked down in the house, but I didn't know. I didn't ask for it. So we don't ask for heartbreak. We don't ask for people to change their mind. 1 minute they want us, 1 minute they don't want us, because everything is in the head. We don't know what people are thinking. So to make life really hard for yourself and say, I'm not good enough. Why would you tell yourself you're not good enough if you don't know what I'm thinking? If I don't know what you are thinking, why would you say, if somebody tells you that, you know what, the relationship ends, why would you actually tell yourself that you are not good enough? Because you are good enough. You were created, you are unique. So if you know that you are unique, you can mend your broken heart. You can find love again. So this is me today, guys, and you can follow us on Ngozi Talk Shows on our YouTube channel and subscribe and be part of the family. Or you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on LinkedIn and on Facebook. We have 2 groups on Facebook: Unique Billionaire Mindset and Ngozi Talk Shows group. So Unique Billionaire Mindset is hosted by Ngozi Talk Shows. So you can actually post about your work or what you do. It's not advertising, but you can use the psychology to get your work out there, your company out there. You know how. I don't have to tell you how. And also Ngozi Talk Shows as well. You can connect with us and be part of the family and like our page, or if you want to give us some stars at Ngozi Talk Shows page, please do so. And if you want any coaching, please do so you can go to my website, www.hseia.com, get in touch with me. And also I will be running a free course for forgiveness soon. If you are somebody who wants to go through forgiveness, please let me know. You can message me and let me know. I'll put your name on that training. And just if you're single and you're looking for love, I cover all over, we cover all over Europe. Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency covers all over Europe, and we cover South Africa, Kenya, and Zambia. So if you are a man and you live in those countries and you can afford to pay the agency, we will come to you and will serve you. Find love. If you are a woman, women join for free. Men are my clients. I'm a love harmonist for men. Men are my clients. Women join for free. So if you are that somebody who is looking for love and you are tired of being tired of women playing games with you, you can get in touch with me. And the process is very, very simple. You register on the website. If you make inquiry, you can go and make inquiry through website or through the website. My phone number is there, my mobile number is there, my office number is there. So you can get in touch with me through the office. But the process, everything is completely offline, and everything is personalized to your needs and your desires. So whatever you desire, we personalize everything based on what you are looking for. So if you are looking for love and you are very busy, you don't have the time, we headhunt for you. To find that love again for you. We come to your own home. That's where we fill out the application form. We ask all the questions. Is ID verified? Everything. When you go on dates, you give us feedback. If you don't want to date that person, we continue searching for you until you tell us she or he is the one. So if you're that kind of a person who is looking for love, or you just want to find your own voice, lead from within, you can get in touch with me through Nkosi Talk Shows. So 2 places, 1 voice, in 1 love. God bless everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Who am I with tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm with Grant and Amanda and Nick. So we'll see you tomorrow. And God bless. 1 p.m. UK time, Monday to Friday. We are here at Nkosi Talk Shows. And follow me on my personal page as well. God bless.